All right, guys, I'm live. I hope everybody can hear me. Testing. It's a new format by YouTube, and it lets you set up, I guess, like a feed, like a live feed. Doesn't look like the lighting's good. Is it getting that camera, or is it getting this camera? No, it's getting the right camera. Huh. All right, guys. So as you can tell, it is a one-man show today. TJ is in Louisiana. Let's see. We have John, who is working until midnight, and then Alan, who is out of town. So it's just me, alone in the dark. That's right, just Nor. Good day from Melbourne. Melbourne? Melbourne. Yeah, I don't know why it's so dark. I don't know why the light is not working so well. However, really, it's just kind of open show today, and try something new with just me. So what I've been working on actually, because we have some stuff coming up. We actually have Warzone GT that's coming up here in Houston this weekend, like a few days. Yeah, maybe light behind the camera. You're right, but I'm stuck. I'm sitting down. There we go. There's a little light. A little bit better. All right. So anyway. Oh yeah. Just Nor. I am super looking forward to that. However, I am scrambling because this is part of my army, and as you can tell, it is gray, and I have to paint it in like 3 days, including a total of like 5 nights, and I have to have them all painted and finished. And I don't know if I'm going to do it. I may have to run a different army. I'm going to try for sure, though. So, really, I wanted this show kind of reach out to you guys. Yes, yep, I'll be running nights. 5 nights in total. No, 3, 4, 5, 6 nights in total. Yes. Yeah, I got I got 2 armature Halverins, 1 Warglaive, 2 knights, and the big boy with the harpoon, which I'm pretty excited about. He's here, and he's ready for painting and everything. Yes. Getting ready for painting. Yeah, the Valiant, and pretty excited for him. We got some cool stuff going on, and I wanted to get him paid to show you guys. I did a lot of modeling for him. No, I didn't get one. I probably should have got one. But I get it, all the firepower. I'm going to try this out. So, need to make sure I'm showing up live. Everything looks all right. All right. There we go. There's better lighting. Yeah, I thought that, having it would be a little bit better to change it up instead of having the thing with a lot of firepower. I kind of wanted everything is like galleons and stuff. Kind of want to try go up in your face really quick. I want to try that out for a change. So. Yeah, I the problem was I had the camera full up, and now I just split it to have half screen, so you can see the chat as well as the other screen. I need to make sure this has gone live correctly because I've never used it. I was just curious how it worked. Yeah, it looks like it's gone live. Oh, and it's actually not delayed. I can hear myself echo. There it goes. Huh. Okay. So, anyway, hey Ski, what's up, man? Yeah, it's about a few second delay. Usually it's about 15-second delay. Um, it's it's going pretty good now. Anyway, so I really wanted to ask you guys, everyone who enjoys our channel, watches our channel, and really looking to broaden our horizons with Magic the Gathering and Age of Sigmar instead of just being strictly 40K. I know we did some stuff in the past where we had some X-wing and stuff, but it was really hard to edit, and it started just getting really time consuming opposed to just Warhammer, which was a lot less. So this is kind of like an open forum. Since it's just me, I don't have any hosts or anybody else to talk to except you guys, and just kind of see what what do you want to see from FNP Wargamers? We're one of the oldest channels and longest running channels, however, not the most popular channel. You did hear AOS. But we've been going strong and we steadily growing. I do know we do struggle as the channel because everyone who is a member, we basically all have lives and we're all committed to those lives outside of FMP. So FMP, we have no one that can sit there as full time for the business, you know. So we want to grow, and as we said, it's slow and steady wins the race. But I really want to see, comments and stuff like way back in the day when I started the channel by myself a long time ago. Um, got a lot of good feedback what people want to see. Some people like the long battle reports, the short battle reports, and I'm starting to notice a lot of people are liking things with power levels. And I just kind of want to get a consensus of what everybody wants to see, because really we're doing this for you guys. We're doing it for the community, and it's to contribute. So we just want. Yeah, see, we're aimed at GW exclusively in a sense that we we don't have a whole lot of time to add other games, unfortunately. Um, we have a lot of different platforms. We have like Infinity. I'm trying to get an Infinity Armory going and stuff like that. But really, it's the amount of time that it takes with our schedule. I'm running two businesses and I work full time. And so adding FMP into that, and I also go to school. I'm finishing my degree. And so it's just a matter of time. Yeah, see bolt action. There's a lot of people that talked about bolt action and stuff and Flames of War, but the problem was again contributing the time, the amount of time that we could for it. So we kind of had to narrow our focus in. Magic's a bit easier, and it's obviously we're starting to gear more towards a lot of the live stuff, only because of it cuts out a lot of the editing, and we keep it PG 13, unless it's Pathfinder. A few curse words get tossed out. I guess PG 13 still, sort of. But yeah, anyway, so it's just one of those things that we want to keep growing. We want to keep providing for the community, and we just want to know what everybody kind of wants to see, and see where what direction we want to go, because we're open, kind of, because it's again for the community. All right. Yeah, it said you said bolt action recently from Warlord Games, which is designed a lot by X-Wing and devs. And Tyler says, I tend to watch either short battle reports of regular games or long battle reports of narrative games. If a regular battle report is 1.5 hours or more, I tend to skip it unless the faction I'm really interested in. I'm enjoying listening to you guys discussing your metas. Yeah, so we try to keep up because a lot of us were all veteran players, And so we keep up with, the meta. We go to a lot of the tournaments and stuff, and we like to see we're not, hyper competitive. No exchange. And so I'm just reading you guys' comments. And yeah, I see what you mean. The battle reports, the problem is they're so hard to control because we can't maintain. So if we have a battle report, we're not going to cut it short because if we didn't get everything filmed, and we try to cut. So basically, we have 4 hours of footage, 3 to 4 hours of footage, and we cut it down to an hour, hour and a half. And that's with all the editing and taking out all the mistakes and everything. And well, fixing any kind of mistakes. Like, so if there's a mistake or a bad word said, we'd have to refilm it only, to not get the word. Now, when we have guests on our show, we actually don't refilm anything because it's not for the challenger to be like, oh, well, hey, you got to reroll that dice. And, so we ended up making it where, it's almost like a constant. So our battle reports end up being an hour to hour 30. So, with that, it's kind of hard to keep it short. And we want to start doing narratives. The problem is doing a narrative is very complex. Filming it, coordinating it. Let's see, Ski, what'd you say, man? I really do think very well put together game of Age of Sigmar is really great. If it is not a grim dark of 40k, Age of Sigmar is bright and fluid, lots of different ways, and played many things. Yeah, I'm actually starting the Spooky Ghost Army. I'm pretty excited for that. I'm really the thing I'm really excited for is how easy I think it's going to be to paint. If it's not a lot of airbrushing, it's a lot of washes, and so that I think will be a lot of fun. And I haven't played a lot of Age of Sigmar, just like I said, because of the time constraints and everything else. It just feels like it's. I had to pick one game. That's kind of what it came down to. I had to pick one game, and I was like, all right, well, 40K is my game. I have like 9 different armies. I think I did a list. I have 45 or 50,000 points of just Death Guard. That's not even counting my Chaos, like Chaos Space Marines or Chaos or Death Guard, like just Death Guard, not even demons. See, just as, to be honest, I'm still completely lost about the lore and mechanics. Yeah, I can see that. And Tyler, yes, that is true. It takes so for our battle reports. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but just adding the like when we do a mortal wound and we do the more tournament heavy competitive type list, and we go over each unit and we talk about that unit. That's a lot of editing. That intro takes about an hour. Me and TJ actually combine edit those, and I sit there and I edit the complete intro. If he films it, whoever films it basically has to edit it. And then if he filmed it, I do the intro for him because I can do the intro. I have the software because it went on sale for like $20. It's what's that software called? It's like Sony Video or something. Vegas Pro. Yeah, it's called Vegas Pro. And so I use the Vegas Pro to use all the green screen effects and all that stuff to make it fun, kind of add a little bit of, editing prowessness and greatness to the videos, because there's a lot of people out there that either have a producer or an editorial team that are doing their stuff and it's absolutely phenomenal, or they have a background in it, which I've come to realize that Lawrence from Tabletop Tactics, he does a lot of stuff from graphic editing and stuff like that. So he started out at the gate. If you look back at our first battle reports, they're bad. The editing is very simple. It was done in Movie Maker, which was free. It's a Microsoft program that was free, and you're very limited with what you can do. And I have really just self-taught everything that I've gone to. I got software that's on sale. I don't have any of the top of the line stuff. My rig, if you want to call it a rig, is a Asus laptop. It is a gaming laptop. It's one of the pre-built ROGs or whatever. It's pretty decent. It's managed to get me through this whole time. So, and that's the thing is like anything we get for the channel, because we just started getting some great Patreon supporters and a lot of support, and we just keep pumping it back into the channel for dice, lighting, stuff like that to keep improving. And let's see, you guys. Ski said I played a small game today with someone at Atomic Hobby, and they really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm thinking 2.0 is supposed to be pretty good. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it, nothing negative. The problem here is that Age of Sigmar is super, super huge in the UK, and it's super huge in some areas in the US, but it's not so much, it's not as abundant as in the UK, where like popularity wise. So that's one thing I'm noticing is we kind of got to grow the Age of Sigmar. So that's actually why we're starting Escalation League at our store and trying to get more people to play it, because I think it's a fun game, and it still supports GW for them to keep creating great things and for us to keep moving forward with, you know, great 40K models. Plus, man, some of those models, oh god, I was looking at some of the Age of Sigmar stuff that came out. There's so much modeling opportunity you can have. Like I was just looking at the spells, like those chains, the chains that come up. I was like, dude, you can hang those down from a knight off his shoulders, and like just like coming down, and they'd be looking like they're flinging around like chains and stuff. And then like even that ball, just a big ridiculous ball. You can have that in like his hand, like he's chucking this power or something. I don't know. It just looked really cool. A lot of their models are great for conversions. I'm really big in conversions, and yeah, it's a lot of it's exciting. So I'm loving the models. Let me see. Tyler says with AOS 2, I think people might start playing it at my FLGS. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully you get a lot of people there, because I mean, wherever you play, we're all kind of like everybody knows everybody. It seems it's such a small community where I know somebody that knows somebody that's my friend's friend in another, like California, and it's crazy because of how small the community is. So yeah, hopefully your FLGS picks up the game and a lot of people start playing. Let's see. Just saw, yeah, the chompy firemouth bit. Ski, actually, who's in chat, yeah, he said I painted one. He painted one really nicely. Looked like it was done with a bunch of washes, and it blends beautifully. And that choppy mouth bit looks awesome. I'm excited. These spells are over the top, and they look fun. Yeah, I've seen the flying sword spell, and I think all the spells look really cool, actually. Let's see. Charlie said the Chompy Firemouth is really good. My favorite is the Meteor from the Sigmarites. But I don't have much interest in playing that faction. Now, is that the Meteorite is that big skull? Is that what the Meteorite is? Because I seen that, and it looks really awesome, like some kind of like morphy skull thing. I usually see it done in purple, like the black purple thing. And if that is Sigmarites and they can only use it, I'm a little sad. So that means I'm going to have to use it for conversion ideas, because Sigmarines are not my thing. I didn't want to do Nurgle Demons because I already have Nurgle Demons. So I was like, well, let's do something different. Oh, it's a specific one for Sigmarines. Okay. And I want to do something different. So, it's on pre-order. And so I want to do Spooky Ghosts. It was a little bit different of something I've always played. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to change it up a bit. Plus, worst case, I can add them to models to make like a haunted chaos army. So I think it'd be kind of cool. Yeah, the big skull ball and the purple sun. Yeah, it's pretty because I think what it is because it's so has so much presence on the table. It's massive. So let's see. You get 3 spells if you do Spooky Ghost. All right. Yes. I'm gonna get some Spooky Ghost spells. But Soul Chest. Oh yeah, that you said Soul Chest reminded me of the objective markers or whichever. Like those look really cool. There's like a treasure chest. Like you use that for D&D stuff. I was like, man, this is great. Even like the night haunts, if you got a D&D campaign and you got like undead, like ghosts and stuff, it's perfect. I think that's for a lot of fun. I don't know. I like using some of my models for other things, so uh, keeps it cheap. Let's see, I don't like the night haunt chest very much. Scythe is neat though. Oh, who is that new? The matriarch, more the chick, the ghosty bridal chick is awesome. And I think what made it even more awesome was the fact when I saw there was a picture, it was like I think it was on GW's page on the Warhammer community. And Ski says she's hot. I probably not, since she's got a big skull head. It's a bony. I don't know. Be uncomfortable. Yeah, Lady Olander, Oylander, Oylander, Olander. Anyway, she's in front of Nagash in this picture, and Nagash is massive, and she's just like this here with all those spooky ghost friends, and I was like, man, this is awesome. I think is oil lantern. Yeah, let's just call her Lady Oil Lantern. Yeah, but all the models look great. There's like a horse and carriage one. I was like, dude, these are just looking great. Uh, I'm using small adjectives, but yeah, I'm pretty excited for them. It's just I got so much. Like, look what I have sitting right here. Like, look at that. I don't know if you guys could see it. That and like all of this. There's a box underneath this box with more knights. Yeah, there's I got so much crap that I'm trying to get done, and I have such little time to do it. Oh man, yeah, yeah. It has the black coach has a casket in it. Different roles, Legion of Gas, Black Coach. Yeah, I'm wondering. So, assumingly with Spooky Ghost, I can run Nagash. So I'm going to need to get a Nagash model sometime when I have time, because I literally took all my Spooky Ghosts and brought them upstairs because I'm trying to keep everything out of the way until I get my nights done. Because I have too many nights to get done and too much. That terrain is probably, I don't know, like 8 of those pieces of terrain that come in the Renegade box, because at the store I'm building a big giant table that pretty much you don't have to be on the floor level. It has all the walkways and stuff. Yeah, the Nagash model is probably one of my favorite models on the line. It's hard to say because I like Mortarion a lot, but Nagash is pretty sweet. He's out there, and he's 800 points. Oh, okay. I didn't know he's that pricey. That's the size of a small army, isn't it? Yeah. Um. Anyway, man, it is hard talking to myself and reading your guys' chat. See, I Love the Death faction has so many different elements now. Just the classic undead skeletons, zombies, and vamps. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm very tired. It's been a long day. So let's see. It says So you got skeleton zombies and vampires. So can you run them all together? Like in the same faction, or are they separate factions, different codexes? Yeah, yeah. The 90s Nagash was pretty lame. I remember seeing that. Of course, I think it's a split. So there's people that really like the old school models. It's because that's what they grew up with. However, me starting back in like 5th edition, I had a lot of the newer base models. So I ended up acquiring a lot of the older models. Like I have a crap ton of Death Guard models, but like the really old Death Guard models. But I mean, other than that, the seeing the old models is kind of like they're one pose and the doors like and they don't do anything, and they're really one piece of squattiness. But they didn't break; they bent. See, Tyler says 80 degrees in here. I think I'm going to die of heat stroke because I'm a pansy Alaskan. Ski's got the General's Handbook open if you want to know anything. Um, sure. I mean, really, I have the General's Handbook too. It's just upstairs, and like I said, I've been super focused on this uh, night army because man, when I had 10 days, I used to be able to knock out a whole army, and now I have so much going on, and my daughter who's asleep upstairs, and all this stuff. It feels like all my time is just zapped, and so I'm trying to. It's almost I'm part of a Facebook group called like 1 hour a day, and it's really just 1 hour a day. You try to dedicate yourself to hobbying, and I used to think, man, how can you only do 1 hour a day when I used to do like 8 hours on just hobbying, and it became now it's like I hope I can get an hour today. See, way back in the day, the undead army threw in your classic undead units. Oh man, I'm so sorry, guys. I I have had like little sleep. Now they have others in the entire spirit ghost armies. Let's see, high ski, and let's see. You can run nearly everything together in Dead Legions of Nagash. The only exceptions are Flesh Eater Courts and some of the new Night Haunts, which can both be allied in. Yeah, ski family life. That's a fact. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it was easier when my baby could just you just stick her somewhere and like I just put her in her bouncer next to me and I just spend hours modeling. But now there's no sitting down and she runs and she uses words and she's absolutely everywhere. See, it's Chase. I was up there at Atomic earlier. Well, that's cool, Chase. Are you going to be there tomorrow to have some hamburgers and hot dogs? You too, Ski? Let's see. I think now you can build either a specific faction army or an entire legion's force, e.g., Death Order, etc. Okay. All right. That helps me better. You know, I didn't know how the factions worked and everything, and I didn't. I'm assuming it's just like the same as the keywords now in 8th edition. Is that correct? Okay, so it works in comparison of ski say, but might lose some major abilities. Oh, that's fine. We Chase, we have our families are coming up there tomorrow for we're going to be going to my shop and cooking hot dogs and hamburgers for everybody and playing some games and hanging out. So excited for celebrate 4th of July. We're also doing 15% off because we're veteran owned, and 15% off is actually the most we can do per GW. So we can't push off more. Let's see. Just noticed some more like 40K models. Okay. And oh, thank you, Just Nor. Yeah. I hope they put out a book for destruction that's similar to what Legion of Nagash was for death. Okay, so assumingly, I guess destruction, death, and order, they're all going to have their own books. I do think I'm kind of blown away with the fact that order is Sigmarines has got the what are the God, their name eludes me, the mermaid people, the merfolks, and which their whole thing is, but yeah, and daughters of Cain. Yeah, the merfolks dudes and the daughters of Cain, like they're so yeah, Edeneth, thank you. Edeneth, they don't have souls and they take souls so they can function, and then daughters of Cain are just like super like murder awesomeness. And they just I don't know. That doesn't seem very orderly to me. Yeah, lawful evil. That's pretty accurate. That's how I look at it. I feel like they'd fall into destruction. Even with Edeneth's fluff of, you know, they wherever they are, they create like the ocean. The longer they are, the ocean, the land becomes more of the ocean, kind of like destroys it. I would feel, opposed to it being order. I think they were just like, we gotta pick the lesser evils to stick in order so they can have something. But um, I think death. I've always kind of leaned towards too because I play orcs in 40k, but I never moved to them for fantasy. I mean, they're really cool and all, and I like the models, and some of the models are really awesome, especially the big fat dragon. But it's just I don't know. They just never appealed to me, and that's how I always kind of picked my first armies. Is what appealed to me back in the day when I first started 40k. Someone said, I was like, oh, well, which one's the best? How am I going to win? And that was my main concern because I was a Magic player, and playing Magic pretty competitively, I won a lot. And I'd sit hours on building decks and creating combos and all this stuff, and it came to the point where I was like, all right, well, uh, someone goes, don't worry about winning, don't worry about meta. It always changes with this, and they said just pick one that you want to have in, that appeals to you. Think about it; it's going to be in your face for hours, and you want it to be something you want in your face for hours. And for me, it was chaos. I like the idea of Space Marines, but having extra spiky bits and all this customization was really appealing to me, and that's where I went. And then I fell deeper into the chaotic heretic rabbit hole and fell for Nurgle because once I was like, oh, I could just add all this crazy stuff and make it pussy and all this other stuff, I started moving to Nurgle. So it's kind of the same for me. I picked Spooky Ghost because I was like, man, now that doesn't seem like a whole lot of customization. However, the models are super appealing to me, like something on my face. Because even like Sigmarines are very just Space Marine, and I was just like, man, I don't. Yeah, you can have a different color, but I didn't feel like messing with it. All right, let me catch up on chat here. Let's see. When I used to play in D&D, I loved taking the Sea Elves. It was playing an elf, but the Ineth aren't what I thought when I envisioned sea elves. Like, are they swimming in air? Well, let me see. Let me see if someone answered you. No. So what happens is the Ineth have it's called an aether sea, and they're not swimming in air. It's like an invisible ocean that comes in wherever they go. And the longer they're in an area, that ocean's sitting, and it starts creating the ocean floor starts creating coral and all this stuff, and it keeps like expanding and stuff like that. That's why I said order didn't really seem to fit. Let me see here, catch up. Kelly said people are speculating that 40k orcs won't be out until September. It's hard to tell with the complete lack of news. Yeah, man, news has been pretty dry. Obviously, you can tell on our Tuesday shows we try to, have what news we're doing and stuff like that, and what's coming out this week and what big thing. But it's definitely summer of Age of Sigmar. We did hear that rumor is going to happen, and it definitely is. So we don't have a lot of 40k news, unfortunately. They transformed the same. Yeah, okay. Tyler answered it with Magical Ocean, sort of. Yeah, the Aether Sea. And Chase said, you can come. Okay, cool, man. All right, said, I'm hanging to see the new stuff of Space Orcs. Interested in seeing Prime Orcs like Gazgul. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Like having a Primaris Orc kind of equivalent would be pretty awesome. Uh, Orcs is another army I love just for the pure customization of it. It's so off the wall. Um, John the Viking has done some phenomenal work. I ended up buying his orcs because he painted, I don't know, 90 something boys, and I was like, yes, please, because I sold my orc army because I had 120 boys that I was not going to get to painting. And when he came across and he was like, well, I'm going to sell my army, and I was like, I will buy it. And because I just love building stuff, but some of the stuff he came up with is just phenomenal and very orky. All right, Ski said death allegiance. Each time you allocate a wound or mortal wound to a friendly death model within 6 inches of your general or friendly death hero, roll, roll a dice on a 6-up. That wound is negated. Spooky Ghost might have a better one. If you say Spooky Ghost versus Death. So, Ski, so Spooky Ghosts they're in the same line of death. I get that, but so we have flesh eaters, which are the vampires, or you got vampires, flesh eaters, which are like the corpsey things, and like I think the undead dragon and stuff. But my spooky ghost, I'm assuming that's a new faction um, altogether. Andre says, anyone hopeful that we will get news about wolves and orcs August at Warhammer Fest? Dude, I am super hoping, to be honest. It's been kind of like I said, it's been dry. It has been uh, picking the bones of this dead carcass of 40K news and trying to find something. And it is funny, but a lot of the places like Spiky Bits and stuff who have primarily focus on just news, and there's nothing coming out. We'll get some releases, and a lot of it's just Age of Sigmar right now. Let's see. Ski says, read the Beast of Rise book set. There's a prime work in there. If I had time to read, I would. See, I'm really hoping for the news. I'm mind waiting things to be released, but have no idea what to come. Yeah, Tyler, man, it is, like I said, it is dry, and we've been hoping for stuff. And so let me ask you guys, since we're here and we're talking about dry news and everything. So we want to focus on trying to do some live battle reports. Does that seem a lot more interesting than the first person? Because when I started, FNP's coming up on its 4th year. And that's 4 years that we pretty much kind of been doing the same thing, and we haven't actually changed anything. And I'm down, like for like example, Knights of the Game Table. They just came out last year, and they have blown past us subscriber wise, and their stuff is great. It's 30 minutes long, but they have someone filming it, and they definitely got some nice equipment. You can tell for sure. And I don't even know if they do that full time, but they seem like their editing is great. It's definitely new take on it. So it kind of makes me think like maybe we should adapt and change and start doing some new stuff. With the live feed, and like I said, because it's so much easier, and you guys can go back and watch live feed as if it were just a normal battle report. And I'm just trying to figure out new stuff for you guys that you may want to see, or different camera angles and stuff. That first person, I learned from many Wargamers. I watched them hours on end, and I learned so much from them. And sorry, I keep messing my hair. But I've learned so much that, I know they keep doing the same thing, but they're so big it doesn't matter. And I run businesses, and it's the same thing as you have to adapt to change. If an oil and gas company is only doing oil and gas stuff, and the oil and gas market fails, if they don't try to move something else, like nuclear or anything else to try to transform their company, the company is going to fail. So it's the same thing. I want to transform FNP to kind of go where it's something newer, it's something funner, and it's good for you guys. I love how FNP. I see my stuff somewhere, or people will come up to me. It's absolutely amazing that you know the what we've developed, and just because I felt like picking up a camera one day and recording, and kind of like many wargamers did, back many moons ago. And so I just kind of wanted to, you know, do that, and kind of like give back to the community, because I was like, oh, I'm just keep watching the battle reports, so I create my own, and it's helped so many people with painting. There's people who started watching our stuff and come back later and be like, hey, this is what I've done since I've learned so much. So it's really awesome. All right, we're getting these comments. I'm running out of. All right, let me get it back top. Here we go. All right, there are reviews for the new Night Haunts battle tomes in YouTube, but I'm just gonna wait till my copy show up. Ski says, I do know the next Blood Bowl and Shays Bar and kill teams. All right, yeah, I'm looking forward to the kill teams. I know Shays Bar is huge; it's massive. Now, like I said, I get one game, and I do know these are quicker and easier to play. Just point is just kind of getting a war band together and being able to play. Let's see, Charles says those new GSC that might be coming, the kill teams are great. Yep. Maybe we'll reach out to them and see if they can slap you some advice. Yeah, there's definitely there's a lot of great things with the YouTube community that we kind of roll things off of each other, and we bounce off. Hey, let's do this, but it's hard to say, well, I want to do this, and not, and try not to copy them directly, because they might as well be doing it. Yeah, ski. Yeah, definitely. The RPG is going to be a lot of fun. I want to play that because, as you guys know, we do the Pathfinder event, which is a lot of fun, and we film that one live, and that one's about 3.5, 4 hours long. And let's see, yeah, something like that could be fun while painting. That's what I heard a lot of people say is basically while we're people listen to us when they're painting or they're modeling and stuff. They have us in the background, which is pretty cool. I like that. Let's see, the RPG is like the Dark Heresy series. I actually have one of the books here I got for free RPG day. So I'm going to go through it. But this is basically like the starting of the Wrath and Glory RPG book. I think it may be a little similar, but I don't know if it's going to be the same as the Dark Heresy series. Let's see. What have I seen is a new start, a new company. Maybe reach out to Main Wargamer Matt to see if he can let you know what they do in advance, maybe. Just actually, I talked to Dave. We chat pretty much. We chat online as well as at LVO. We met a few times and hung out. Matter of fact, Lawrence from Tabletop Tactics, we hung out the entire time. So there's always we'll bounce off ideas, but it's a lot of we don't talk a whole lot of shop. We just kind of hang out. And but yeah, it's definitely learning different ideas and stuff and running off ideas from other people. But like I said, just kind of want to see what the community thinks and see if they like the different way, the live stuff, and we're just kind of keeping it fresh and trying to keep it cool for you guys. Let's see. Ski says the bundles are coming out for pre-order. Yep. Maybe have a hobby hangout style stream or cast. Yeah. That's actually not a bad idea. I was thinking about that, like, while we're doing the show, we can be modeling and stuff, and kind of everyone can listen. It's kind of like a video podcast in a way. And there's been actually a lot of people said we should do podcasts, and I kind of did. The live show was an idea to kind of pseudo podcast because there's so many great podcast channels out there already, and that's what they've primarily started and do. They don't even really have YouTube, and I figured, well, let's mix it up with having live and having a live show so we can interact with you guys, and then because during the podcast you kind of just have a recording and that's it. You can leave comments on it, such, but this one seemed like a little more personal for everybody. And like I said, you just pop this on, you're modeling at night, and you can listen or reach over and type a question and stuff. So that was kind of my idea behind the live show. Let's see. I'm hoping the kill team will be more and quick pickup game, and Rogue Trader will be an expansion that has a lot of stuff to narrative campaigns. Yeah, I know kill teams have always been quick. I think that I think that usually the kill team games are a lot of fun. They go pretty fast. We actually had some battle reports where we're doing just kill teams, and they're pretty quick. They're pretty quick. Yeah, it's like Shadespire, but more like 40K. It would be kind of. It's interesting to see what they're going to do with it. That's for sure. But yeah, we definitely have we run a lot of ideas, and now we added John and Alan to um, as FNP members. So we have a lot of core FNP members, and then we got kind of FNP members that are part of the team, but it's FNP have started rolling into more like a gaming club in a way, where we have the core members who do the battle reports, editing. We have full control over the YouTube channel, because I don't run it as a single source. I actually made it where it is branded. So, like TJ and I think it was just TJ right now has full access to be able to upload videos and start things and everything like that, because I've always handled FNP as a team. I had advice that FNP should be my decision and my thing only, but I didn't create it to just be, lack of better terms, a dictator and try to dictate what everything should be. When FNP was created to be a group and to be a lot of fun and just to reach out to the community, and ended up working out pretty well that way. Uh, and because of everybody's combined ideas, it's worked out a whole lot. So it's expanded and grown and changed just because of everybody's ideas. So, all right, let me catch up, guys. Hold on. Uh, yeah. Well, that's funny, Justin. You said you want to play like Kill Team during like lunchtime or something. We just started actually a Pathfinder campaign at my company with people who have never played before, and we run that at our lunch for 1 hour lunch. We're doing a one-off. It's going to take probably like 3 or 4 goes, but every other Friday we play our Pathfinder game. And the way we did it was I built a bunch of it's not Pathfinder, it's D&D actually, but took a bunch of D&D generated character. I generated a bunch of different random ones. I had a software and it generated the whole list and the powers and everything and feats. And I took that and everyone I put it into like a brown envelope, and everyone pulled a character, and that's how we're playing it, because it takes you away from that character you'd always play or the one you've designed. I always play the same character usually, maybe with a different attitude, but usually it's the same kind of like rogue assassin silent guy. But this one now, I'm playing a warlock, which I've never played ever, and it's kind of fun. Um, of course, something happened. I'm not a warlock anymore. I'm an animated pseudo armor, so that sucks. Anyway, let's catch up. Um, some people will throw up an MP3 of their live stream on Patreon as a bonus, so people who missed the stream can listen to it later. Yeah, that's true. I can always I can convert this into an MP3, and that's not too bad of an idea. Uh, see, I say I'm planning something quick. Times when I don't have time, but yeah, I want to get a game in. Yeah, that's true. It's you only got a handful of time, and you try to get your game in and everything, and you're like, oh well, I can sneak away for lunch and play the game. So um, let's see. So let's see. Things I like the most about Kill Team is the past was there's a lot of individual units I think are cool. But I'm not going to Codex and collect the entire army. Oh yeah, I have that faction. Yeah, kind of like Harley Quinn's, for example. I have a Harley Quinn army, but I feel like they'd be maybe a little bit funner as a kill team and something like that instead of owning the entire army. I played a Chris Kringle style D&D game once. I was interested to be given someone and told to make the character, and you'd like to see one of your mates play as. Oh, that's kind of funny. That's a good way. It it's a lot of fun just mixing it up, and then the thing is it's fun to see. We have 3 veteran players of a matter of fact just role players, because this is my first 5e D&D. I think I played once a long time ago, but yeah, it's my first 5e game. I'm very familiar with mechanics and stuff because of Pathfinder, but it's there's 3 brand new players who've never played any kind of role playing game, so everything's kind of new for them. And one of them, very at first started narrating what he was doing as a third person. Like he's like, okay, I'm going to turn around, and then I look over there and say, it just kind of narrated himself of what he was doing, and then he picked up. So the the DM would say like, he's like, well, I threw a rock down the thing. He's like, well, you threw a rock down, and you hear clank, 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 and then the character goes splash, and like he had to say, no, you don't know what you hear. You can't. I have to tell you what you hear. So he's trying to narrate his portion. So it was fun. Definitely learning experience. Let's see. I cast magic missile into the darkness. Okay, so my guys enter the room and tells that guy to watch out. Yeah, that's exactly what pretty much what it was. And I was like, that's not exactly how you play, buddy. So it's just it was a lot. It was funny, and then like very very small things, like we appeared at a place and there was a well, and we're all started going to the building that we're supposed to go, and they ended up wanting 2 people, the brand new players, wanted to go jump in the well, and luckily they had adventures pack, so it had some rope in it, and they were able to get one of them out that fell in, because we started making them do different checks, different rolls and stuff. And we're like, let's do, okay, what are you going to lower down? What would you do? Well, I'm holding on the rope. Okay, we'll do the strength check. He ended up failing and falling into the well. And so then it just ended up creating the snowball effect. And it was just funny of like, okay, well, now you learn that you tie the rope around your waist and you got to be very descriptive. So it was a lot of fun. So I usually get stuck as a DM, but I'm bad as a MS campaign. This modern setting, it's easy to improvise a role. I know. What do you mean, like modern as in like now, or like with guns and stuff, or is it modern as in like maybe like a fantasy kind of world or whatever? Have you got any Mountain Dew? That's funny. Yeah. it's definitely fun with these guys because they've never played and they're not gamers whatsoever. They're kind of interesting. Okay, more or less present day America. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Um, I guess I learned to DM or GM Trial by Fire. I If you guys actually seen the Pathfinder shows on our channel, you see that the guys get spoiled with these big maps, these pretty maps that I actually went and got for them because I wanted them to feel more immersed. I had music to make them feel immersed. Like there's just so many things I want them to be like surrounded and be really into it. And so like that was one of the things I started doing because I think the best DM I ever had was when he enacted all the stuff. He did it. He got up and he moved around. And one of the worst ones I had would just sit there and just read. And you're like, bro, like, you got to do something else other than that. Man, I just noticed I looked at the camera and it looks like, because of the darkness and my lack of sleep, it looks like I'm wearing eyeliner. And I got like the emo hair with the highlighter look. I promise I'm wearing eyeliner. I actually took a shower, so my hair is all floofy. Let's see. Do you use GM dev tools like Realmworks or Wolflayer? No. I used my adventure path and with highlighter and pen and lots of notes. And that's kind of how I do it. I probably should use these tools you speak of to make my life way easier. Ski, you thought I was going for the eyeliner thing, trying to my dad doesn't get me. No, no, I can't. I don't wear makeup. I don't think I can pull it off. However, the darkness around my eyes looks great. It matches my soul. No, I'm just kidding. All right. See, Tyler, I thought you were just getting really into the spooky ghost. I wanted to feel one with the darkness. Oh man. Or not. I don't judge. If you want to wear eyeliner, go for it, babe. Oh man. So how long have you been transitioning? Well, eventually Jonathan will turn into Jonitha. And I will be a beautiful lady. Oh man. No, I don't want to lie to anybody who actually does do that because I knew I actually had a dude I went to the military. I was in the military with. I'd been to parties and stuff, and God, his name is Zach. Can't remember his name exactly. It went from Zach to like Crystal, and I was like, oh, cool, man. Like I was like, this can't be him. I thought it was weird, and I started looking, and it had the transitions and the pictures and stuff. So, just full support. Good for him. If that's what he wants to be, she. So I'll say she as a pronoun. She is happy now, so good for her. But it was interesting. He's kind of a weird guy all the time, anyway. All right, I see. With the military too. I don't know, man. I don't. It didn't do anything. He was just kind of a weird guy. He liked like suspension stuff, like where they put hooks in your back and they hang you up. He was into that, which was really weird. He was a very alternative kind of guy. But he's a good guy. I guess a good girl now. But yeah, he had a whole transition, and then I thought I never cared about his orientation. But now he has a girlfriend who also transitioned. So technically they're a gay couple, but look like a lesbian couple, which is still gay. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about that. John knows a lot about the LBGT stuff. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I support it. It's good. Man, what's chat's going? This is, but they are cool with mucking around. They're not that sensitive. Yeah, they're gender fluid. Yeah. So this is what happens when Jonathan talks. He just gets on weird rampant chats because Keith is so. Anyway, Yeah. Guys, I don't know how I managed to make an hour show out of just me, and couldn't have done it without you guys for sure. With that, I would have been talking to myself, and that'd been terrible. So I appreciate everyone who actually just kind of hung out and chatted with me. Just Ski, since you guys are most talking, Tyler as well, and a few other guys got on, and then but thanks guys. It definitely. I need to make sure you don't go solo next time. Yeah, man, it just sprung on me. Like I did a roll call and everybody seemed fine, and then I got messaged like, I got to work till midnight, and then another one was like, well, I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna be out of town with my family. I knew TJ wasn't coming, so it was gonna be John and Alan. However, that kind of just at the last minute, I was like, that's true, Ski, but you didn't tell me if you got a camera or not. You said you still had to get a camera and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely interesting doing it solo. Oh, well, you said you had to get a camera, man. But we hopefully your laptop's got to do 720. That's kind of our range that we're doing. But anyway, thank you guys so much for chatting with me and not making me just talk to myself. See, you can go back to TJ and the others and say, see, ended with me discussing trans women. Yes, that is true. That is very accurate with me. We just end up getting on weird conversations that, especially at work, you get on weird conversations sometimes at work that just don't really are work appropriate. So but yeah, thanks guys for hanging out and then eventually talking about trans women. More power to them. And like and hanging out. I'm gonna probably call it a night, so I can work on my models actually. And thank you guys for hanging out and chatting with me. And always a special thank to our Patreon supporters who are really helping out and supporting us. We do have dice and other stuff. We actually have one supporter who's actually going to be getting a shirt and a mug for free because he's going up on a 6 months. So pretty excited. And Jess, thank you so much. Will, you just showed up, but welcome to the show. Tyler, thank you, man. It was a lot of fun and skiing as always, man. I'll catch you later. And guys, thank you so much. And really appreciate having the chat. So have a good night, guys. And I'm going to try to figure out how to end this. Ah, there it is.